Hello and welcome to another episode of Displaced Yinzer's beer reviews. Today I got another beer from Pittsburgh that one of my buddies was kind enough to send. This is a beer from Dancing Gnome, which is right in Pittsburgh. It's about 4 miles from downtown. They just had their first anniversary last weekend, so they did a double IPA and an Imperial Stout. They canned both of them for their anniversary. I will be doing the double IPA as well a little bit later, but this is the Imperial Stout right now. It's called Nobody's Monkey. It is 9% alcohol, and Andrew, the owner and brewer, he made sure to point out that there's no adjuncts in this, and by saying that, I think he meant both from the true meaning of adjuncts, meaning there's no other fermentable sugars in it besides barley, and also there's no additives in it like flavoring agents. So I'm pretty excited for this one. I heard some good things about it, and they haven't done a lot of darker beers before. They've done a couple coffee stouts, which have been nice. They only did one Imperial Stout before, which I did like, so I'm hoping I'll like this one as well. So I'm going to crack this guy open. See what this pour looks like. It's definitely got a nice viscous body, judging by the pour. It wasn't crazy thick, but it was like thicker than the average Imperial Stout that's not like 13% and way under attenuated. Yeah, this is 9%, so it's strong, but it's not a massive, gigantic Imperial Stout. I guess most places now, they don't do them really, really big unless they're barrel-aged or have a bunch of crap in it, so it makes sense that it's 9%. It's also good because I'm hoping that this is more drinkable than something that big, so. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty dark. The head is also very, very dark. It almost reminds me of Bell's 30th anniversary, which I did on here a little bit ago, and also maybe 1050 or the original Marshall Zukov before they changed it. And people would tell me they didn't change Marshall Zukov. You're crazy. So, anyway. So the smell is a little bit of dark fruits, some milk chocolate powder, a little bit of coffee, and there's a little bit of the green soapy hop character too, that I get out of like what's the Old Coast or North Coast, Old Rasputin. Reminds me of that a little bit, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I know a lot of people love Old Rasputin, so take that as you will. If you like Old Rasputin a lot, then it's certainly a good sign. It's not that I think it's a flaw in the beer, it's just not something that I particularly care for, but it's not huge, so I'm not that worried about it. I'm going to take a drink here. So there's something a little weird up front, and I can't put my finger on it, but the middle and back end are very, very tasty. It's a lot of dark chocolate, a little bit of almost like a licorice character that I get out of some Bell Stouts, because I know they do put some licorice in some of their beer, some of their stouts. It's very roasty, but it doesn't get even close to being ashy, which is my main complaint with beers that are too roasty. They're almost like an ashtray. This isn't like that at all. The alcohol certainly shows its face, but it's not offensive by any means. It makes you know that you're drinking a good beer, or a big beer, which I appreciate. The body is really, really nice. It's not super sticky and cloying, but it does have a really big body for only being 9%, and There are some other beers that are 9% that have a body this big, but they're few and far. Excuse me, few and far between. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say the taste, but just by the body, if you told me this was a Bell's beer, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it really does have a nice body to it, which I'm for their first like released Imperial Stout, I'm kind of impressed by that. The flavor, it's a little hollow up front, but again, like I said before, the mid and aftertaste is really nice. Again, it's a lot of dark chocolate. There's a little bit of that like cola character that I get, which I think is a little bit. Some people also, to them, it's like a dark fruit character. To me, it's cola, dark fruit. It's almost something that like a lot of Imperial Stouts that don't quite reach the level of what I want or have that character. But in this, it's pretty minimal. I would say so. My buddy who said that this was great, he said it was like a milkshake, which I disagree with that for sure because it's not that sweet and it's not like milk chocolatey. It's a very dark chocolate. I would say that it's like a milkshake in a sense of its body and it's very drinkable. But if you're thinking milkshake, that it's going to be like a chocolate, like sugary milkshake, it's not like that. But overall, this is a really, really nice first impression I got from these guys. I'm really surprised. Not that they make bad beer. I'm just, first or second go around usually isn't that good. So now I know why they canned this up and sold it for their second anniversary because it is impressive. So for me, I would definitely say buy it. If you know someone who has some, try to trade for it. It's easy to get. They made a lot of it, so, get it. If I had more, I would offer to trade it, but I only have one. So thanks again, and I look forward to doing the next one.